All right, let's start this. You got some good news?
I've got plenty of news, actually. Starting off with some album birthdays.
All right.
Pantera's Far Beyond Driven turns 26.
Well, let me start the show.
Oh. You cocksucker. You do
We just
this
made
to
a new
me.
intro.
You do this to me fucking half the time.
Well, I just asked you if you had any news.
You take advantage.
I didn't mean
of
to
me.
go.
I thought I see you're recording the call, and I think you started the show.
No, I do this purposely so we have some little.
I
intro.
know you're a fucking cocksucker.
It's time for Let's Have Review with your host, Brent Harper, and Nick Lear.
All right, welcome to Rat Salad Review. What's going on, Nate? You got some news for us today? We can talk about it now if you want.
Yeah. Again, 26 years ago, Pantera put out Far Beyond Driven.
Wow, 26 years ago. You know how old I was 26 years ago?
Fantastic. Like 30.
No, I'm only 40.
Actually,
I'm 41 now. I was still in high school.
Yeah, I think my dad was too.
Yeah, what year was that?
1994.
94. Yeah, so shit.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah, I think my parents graduated in 95. So, yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
Still, I don't know if that's one of my favorites of theirs.
See, I really like a lot of it, but I'm not as huge on the slow parts of it. But fucking hell, man, Strength Beyond Strength is in one of the three Pantera songs that are tied for my favorite Pantera song. It's that, fucking Hostile, and Shattered.
You like Shattered? I don't think I like
Shattered.
What
I love the Cowboys.
Is that on the second side of Cowboys?
It's the one right after Domination.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So that's the first half of the album, I believe.
Yeah, it's got a bitchin' riff.
I don't know. I like, the more popular songs from Pantera. Not a huge Pantera fan.
I love Pantera. They're tied with Motorhead as my fourth favorite band.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
funny
Phil
because
Anselmo
so
was
many
awesome.
People... Yeah. No, he was good, of course, back in the day. But it's funny when I see people that, extremely hate them. I don't get it.
I don't get that either. They make great music. Sure, they got some influence from X-Hoarder and all that, but they're not a rip-off band by any stretch.
No. And if anything, they started their own scene, when they came out with Cowboys from Hell. I mean, nobody was really doing that stuff back then, And then they even got heavy with the next album.
I mean, depends. Because a lot of
they did copy Metallica and Justice for All. They copied that a lot, but
SOD.
Still,
they became X-Hoarder because Phil is from New Orleans.
But a lot of people, a lot of bands that came after them, took Phil's vocals because a lot of the bands didn't sound like he did because he did the high stuff.
His kind of people always forget the high shit off of Cowboys from Hell. Phil was a fucking great singer before he blew his voice out doing heroin.
He was really good.
He's still a really great screamer. I mean, I saw he and the Illegals doing the Pantera cover set. They did a great job. They played Strength Beyond Strength. He nailed that fucking high scream near the end with that breakdown. Fucking awesome.
Surprised he doesn't still do it too often, but a lot of bands stop doing that now.
Yeah.
Do you think they will ever? Do you think Phil Anselmo would ever get a band together to do Pantera?
Well,
I
don't want him to because it's really Dime and Vinny's band.
Yeah.
See, I wish Vinny was the one who had gone instead of Dime, because I think Dime would have recognized that it really wasn't all in all Phil's fault.
Right.
At all. It was just a fucking mentally insane dude. And Pantera would have gotten back together had they both lived eventually.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Phil just needed to get off the smack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heroin's a fucking bitch. Next,
how do you know?
Among the Living turns 33.
Are you a heroin addict?
No.
Oh,
but
so
I
how
have
do you know it's a bitch?
more than 2 brain cells.
But you don't know.
It killed Jimi Hendrix.
You don't know that. He could have got murdered.
He fucking drowned in a bathtub.
He could have slipped and fell. Maybe he didn't have like a mat inside in the bathtub.
No blood force trauma.
You know.
No sign of struggle. Just fucking slipped under and drowned.
You know what? We'll do a show about this one day. We'll see what really happened.
Anyway, Among the Living turns 33. Fucking great album.
One of my least favorite Anthrax albums.
What?
Yes.
Then again, Sound of White Noise is like your favorite, so you really don't have any valid opinion on Anthrax.
I do. Anthrax is one of my favorite bands. It's probably one of my, like, your Pantera is one of your top 4. They're probably my top 4 as well.
This is like their best album.
That's what everybody says, but it's not. Spreading the Disease is their best album.
Spreading the Disease has way too much filler.
No way. There's not any filler on it.
Lame.
That's an awesome song.
Oh my god, let me look up the track list right now.
Oh my god, with you. There's so many, I don't know, there's so many boring songs, like, is it Skeleton in the Closet on
Skeleton in the Closet's good. Okay, fucking...
I don't like that song.
The Enemy sucks.
The Enemy sucks? Screw sucks. You! But dude, Enemy does not suck.
Medusa drags and drags and drags.
I love that song.
It's a good vocal performance, but it's not a great riff or a great anything.
It's a great everything. I love that song. My favorite song off that album.
Fucking hell. Among the Living has not only Caught in a Mosh and Indians and the title track, but I Am the Law. I Am the Law is a fucking great song. Evil Nicofescent's awesome.
That one I could do without.
I kind of like it. It's like something that should have been off of Persistence of Time. That's what I wish Persistence of Time sounded like.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more cynical, but not like... I don't like dark Anthrax. It doesn't make sense to me. Anthrax is the one that... Anthrax is the bright younger brother, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I like the darker stuff. I don't know.
Belly of the Beast is good, but Got the Time is the best song off that album for a reason.
It's just a cover song, though. But it's not even their song. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love that song, and I love that whole album. It's just so cool. But there's just something about Among the Living that I don't know. Maybe it's the sound of it. It's just I don't know.
I don't like how it's mixed as much either. I like how Spreading the Disease is mixed, and Spreading the Disease is a better vocal performance. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And I mean, Spreading the Disease has AIR and Gung Ho, and those are some of Anthrax's heaviest fucking songs.
Yeah.
I love the drums on Gung Ho. I love how they're mic'd.
It's awesome.
Just how the kick drums are mic'd on that. They're so fucking loud. But it doesn't go as hardcore on the kick drums as he does on that song. No. Even in like Aftershock and Gunslinger. Mm. Yeah.
What else is on Among the Living? Trying to think. What's the last one? They say I don't like that one. I don't like that chorus.
I like that 2-step. That One World Television. And he's got the... It's a good riff. Right. I think this album just has really good riffs on it. Pretty much better than any other Anthrax album.
I just get bothered because like when they made their comeback with Joey Belladonna, they made it like this was like their first big album, and they kind of like forgot Spreading the Disease. And
yeah, which kind of sucks because I like Spreading the Disease. And I like, what the hell is the one after Among the Living?
Shit. The one with the thing on the front
yes,
cover.
Why am I forgetting this?
Oh, man.
I'm always high. That's why I'm forgetting this. Shit.
State of Euphoria. Thank you.
State of Euphoria. I like State of Euphoria. Like, BL End All is awesome. I love Antisocial.
Yeah, there's some cool songs on that, too. Which is funny.
I
think I like that one.
Off of Spreading the Disease. I fucking love Madhouse.
Yes,
Madhouse is a great song.
See, if you go back and listen to those 2 albums, you'll probably lean more.
They're both great albums, but I think Among the Living just has better riffs overall.
Nah, we're gonna have to do an Anthrax show.
I can do that. I'd be cool with that.
I'm just
All right.
the last album. I didn't like the last album they put out.
Oh,
was
I
like
liked it. I loved Evil Twin. Evil Twin was awesome.
Yeah, I think that was the
Evil
only
Twin.
good one.
Evil
two
Twin
songs
is
I
what
really
should
liked.
have been on fucking Persistence of Time. That sounds like
Yeah.
a song that would have been on Persistence of Time.
Yeah.
Because
only
it's
like
got
two
that
songs.
chuckier kind of beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of like it's I don't know they kind of changed things up a little bit on that album and just I don't know. Usually they have like really catchy verses and choruses and things, and there was like none on that album really. So I was kind of disappointed.
That was my problem with Persistence of Time.
I see. I don't see that. You're crazy.
Nothing's as catchy as it really should be.
I don't know. I don't remember that not being that way.
I don't like the guitar tone on it either.
Oh, I love the guitar tone.
It's
on that
like
thing. It's
Injustice
like really
for All.
heavy
It's
and
too muted.
I love it. We're definitely gonna do an Anthrax show.
All right. Next up, Number of the Beast turns 38.
38. Holy shit.
Number of the Beast is like a great album with some really bad 2 or 3 songs on it.
Yes, Gangland could go.
No, Gangland is a great drum beat.
Oh, God, no, it's not. I hate that song. What's the other one?
The chorus is annoying as fuck. I fucking hate what the fuck is that song Before Hallowed Be Thy Name?
It's Gangland.
No, on the CD. The one they got off the Run to the Hills single.
Oh,
Total Eclipse. I fucking hate that song.
You don't like Total Eclipse?
Sunrise is high as raising up the fire. It's like, oh my god, can you just end it? It's too slow. It goes nowhere. I like Invaders.
You can't really count that one though because that's just like a bonus track. You know, that's not really on the album.
It was meant to be on the album though.
It was meant to be on the album besides Gangland. Gangland was supposed to be the bonus track.
So that's
for some reason
so the CD version is technically what the full album is.
Yeah. I like
if you
that
really
song.
think of it that way. I can't stand that song. I like Gangland more than I like that song because at least Gangland is short.
And what is that? What's the song that starts that album off?
Invaders. I'm in the minority. I like that song.
I hate that song.
I like that song. I love the bass line to that song. The bow 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 bow.
Right.
I love that.
That's
riff.
the coolest thing. That's the coolest thing about that song.
Awesome. See, a good riff can carry a song for me.
But you know what kills that song is his vocals kill that song though.
I don't know. The vocal solo at the end's pretty cool.
I don't know. I just don't like how it's like off from the music.
It's still a better vocal performance than fucking Total Eclipse.
I don't know about that.
Total Eclipse is not a great vocal performance.
Sure it is.
No, it really isn't.
We're going to do an Iron Maiden show next too. All right.
Children of the Damned is way better. I love The Prisoner.
Yeah.
The Prisoner is awesome.
Prisoner's awesome.
The Prisoner is probably the most underrated track on that album.
It is. I think so.
22 Acacia Avenue is pretty cool once it gets going.
Yeah.
Takes a little while.
I didn't like those songs at first. That one and the 22 Acacia Avenue and Children of the Damned. I didn't really care for those at first when I first got into that album.
Yeah. I don't know. The biggest benefit to this album is having Clive Burr, because I'm not a huge Nico McBrain fan.
Shame on you, sir.
I love Nico on Somewhere in Time, because that's my favorite Maiden album, and that's got Nico's best drum beats on it. It's got his most variation. So. Every other album he's on, he only uses 3 goddamn drum beats.
Yeah. He does a lot of drum fills and stuff on those other albums.
His fills are cool, but he's got like 3 drum beats.
That's like on the newest.
Way more. I like that.
Yeah. Well, he was a different drummer, but that's like on the new albums. Like he doesn't really do anything on the new albums, which is a shame. He just tries to keep in time, and I don't know. I miss him doing like his crazy.
He's better than that. I know he's better than that.
Because live, he has that whole kit. He uses the whole kit, and then
live.
Right, and then on the albums, he like just does like little fills here and there. I'm like, what is going on?
I'll give him consensus. He's a great live drummer. He's just kind of stock on the album.
Yeah. Well, the only problem with him live is, I guess they don't play to a click, because when you hear them live, you'll hear them speeding up, speeding up and slowing down certain songs. So do I. I think it's cool.
I think that's way more human than playing on a click track. I fucking hate click tracks.
All right. Yeah.
Unless you're like Cannibal Corpse, in which case it's probably good to stay on time. Otherwise, you're just gonna fall apart. Like that's like fucking Challenger right there. If it doesn't stay together, it's just go. You know.
What else
All right,
got?
final album birthday. Priest's first good album, Sad Wings of Destiny, turns 44.
Very good. That is a good album. What album did you say you didn't like the other day?
Rock and Rolla. Rock and
that's
Rolla
right.
is just 70s schlock. It really is. And it would have been better if they had their first singer on it, because their first singer had a more deep voice.
Yeah,
Rob
he was pretty
Halford's
interesting.
talents are not used on that album. Whereas
No,
on
not
Sad
at all.
Wings of Destiny, it's like if Judas Priest wrote Heaven or Hell, or Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, well,
It's like a
that
Sabbath
first,
album.
Yeah. Well, because those songs are written with the other guy, so, Halford was just copying. And he also,
Right.
I'm sure Halford didn't find his voice at that time yet, so.
Right, but Sad Wings of
Sad
Destiny
Wings
is a fucking
awesome.
great. I consider that Judas Priest's real debut, because this sounds like Judas Priest,
Yeah.
even if it's slower. Victim of Changes, still one of Judas Priest's best songs.
Yes, it is.
I like the
song.
Ripper. Ripper is okay. Dreamer Deceiver is pretty cool, and Deceiver, or whatever you
There's
want
not
to
too many
call
bad
it.
songs on that album.
No,
There's
there
not
really
too many
is.
bad songs.
What is it?
Which is a shame because
Epitaph is
the
the
song-
ballad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that song's kind of wimpy, but like Dreamer
like,
Deceiver is a way better ballad.
But the album that came after that was Sin After Sin, right?
I think so.
That was kind of weak, After
It's
coming
all right.
after this album, it's like it just didn't do.
I agree,
This one.
but it was still better than Rock and Roll.
Yeah. Well, it also has one of the best album covers as well. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Stand Class is Judas Priest's like first great album, I would say. Or maybe this is a great album. It's like borderline between good and great. You can tell they don't quite have their footing yet, but there's a lot of just raw talent on this album.
Yeah, it's an awesome album. What other news you got?
Let's see.
I actually just
The
bought that record.
The drummer of Ministry, King Crimson, and REM, Bill Rieflin, died at age 59.
Wow. He was in what now? King Crimson Ministry?
Ministry and REM, which is a very weird, eclectic set of bands.
Yes,
But
it is.
he was a damn good drummer. Drum for
guessing
Pigface
he,
and KMFDM as well. And Swans.
I guess
Yeah, that is a really weird collection. Sorry.
So I guess he
yeah.
took over for drums after the original drummer left REM.
I would say so.
Must have been the live drummer, I guess. I don't know. I don't know
Maybe.
much about REM. Oh, it's a shame.
Neither
a lot
do
of
I.
people died. Yeah, Kenny Rogers died last week too.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, he's
And speaking of another
89.
death, Sacred Reich original guitarist Jason Rainey died at age 53. That was a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
Because I love Sacred Reich's work.
Mm.
Everything up to and Independent is good, but it's not great. But everything up to and including The American Way is just awesome.
I got introduced to them with Independent, and that was my favorite album of that year.
That's the only
I listened to
album
nothing
from
but
them
that
that
album.
I've bought.
Yeah.
Because I can't find any other fucking albums.
Really?
Yeah, they're hard to come by up here.
That's interesting. Because they re-released them, so they put out a box
Yeah.
set not too long ago too.
I don't wanna buy a
yeah, I
box
listened to that
set.
Independent. I listened to Independent. Actually, I might have one of the albums, and I could probably give it to you if you want. Oh no, I think I sold. I think it was on
The first two songs
But,
off of Independent are pretty cool, but after that, I think
they're
it's
pretty
just,
cool. But the problem with that album is every song sounds the same. It's the
Yes.
same three chords.
Oh
on
my
every
god,
song.
it's like a fucking, it's like a typical New York hardcore album.
Yeah. But for some reason, I loved it. I don't know. Maybe because it was just
It's
so new
alright.
at the time, and I was a huge fan of Metallica, and it was funny because they were having like some kind of weird fight with Metallica, saying like how Metallica is like a cover band and they never covered any songs. And I don't know. It was like
It's like, are you kidding me? You're kind of ripping off, like, they're just copying Exhorder's The Law album, but not doing it nearly as good because Phil Rind is not a great vocalist.
No, not really.
I've never really been a huge fan of his vocals.
Yeah, he's all right.
I don't know, Atrophy is still my favorite Phoenix thrash band. Atrophy's fucking awesome.
I used to play guitar to that album, to Independent, and I used to play drums to it all the time because it was so easy. You know, it was just very simple and easy to pick up.
Unlike the drums on the previous Sacred Reich albums, like holy shit, Surf Nicaragua gets quick. Oh my god,
some stuff. I still have to listen to the new one. I really haven't given that a listen yet.
It's good. Not as good as X Hoarder's newest album. I thought that was the best album of last year, but I don't know. X Hoarder have done no wrong as far as I know.
I'll take your word for that.
They're fucking great, dude.
All right. I'm starting to like that other band that you showed me from last week, Power Trip.
Power Trip's fucking awesome too. I've seen him twice.
That was a cool. The playlist that I made for the show. That was a cool song. I like that song.
Yeah, they're fucking great. Riley's a fucking awesome vocalist too. Yeah. I love his vocals.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to more of them.
It's like if Phil Anselmo was a Teutonic thrash vocalist. You know what I mean? It's like combining Phil Anselmo and Creator.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Because they're from Texas. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I forgot where I saw that because I remember seeing the new album cover somewhere, and then I just gave it a listen because it did have some of the things that you said that they sounded like. So I checked it out.
They're the heaviest band I know with one kick drum.
Really?
Yeah.
One. Oh, okay. But he does use double bass.
He does use double bass technique, but like only with the one kick drum.
Oh, really? He's one of those drummers too?
Yeah, because they love the first Metallica album. That's kind of where they're coming from with that.
That's weird because they use.
So they're doing like that heel toe shit, but I think they might be using two live. But I think they only recorded with one. I know that was a piece on some fucking either Banger TV or some shit like that, where they said they only use one kick drum. That came out like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, most drummers do nowadays.
Maybe it's the toms. There's a lot of reverb.
I don't know. A lot of drummers are switching just to one kick drum. They don't want all the big kit, set up all the time.
I need two kick drums. It's two.
So
I like a lot of one kick drum beats because you know me. I love a lot of punk, but goddamn, two kick drums just. Felix Griffin is the proof in the pudding that punk drumming can even be better with two kick drums.
Yeah.
Like, DRI's dealing with it is just complete stone cold proof of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds cool. It just brings something new to the music.
Right, and you can get extended periods of quicker drumming without having to just hit the snare so many times.
Yeah. What just bothers me now is all these drummers and all these new kick pedal techniques that all these drummers are using. I can't figure it out. I'm sitting there watching what's going like this and backwards and forwards, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then they're making all these like weird time signatures. I'm like, how is this possible?
I mean, I say I'm not into it, but then I'm into Voivod, and Voivod like invented that.
Right.
So it's like Voivod was one of the first metal bands to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's cool, but there's no way I can do it. I'm too old now.
Well, don't say that.
I'm one of those people where I'm too old to.
I don't know. Away is older than you, and Voivod are one of the tightest bands I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's done that forever. I don't do it forever.
I don't know. If the drummer from Guar can do it in that giant fucking head helmet that he has. And he's not a big guy either. He's not much bigger than Lars Ulrich, I think.
No, I don't think so.
He's he's the shortest member of Guar, I think.
Really? But he plays every day. Right.
Well,
I'm sure he plays every day. I don't play every day. Back in the day when I was, life is different now. Back in the day, maybe about like 10 years ago, yes, I could have done it. But once I got a life and a family. I only have one child and he's 3 years old.
Oh, I don't know that.
You do know that. I've mentioned it 1,000 times.
My parents are your age. I don't fucking know how old your kids can be. I'm an adult. Like, Jesus Christ, Wayne. I don't know.
Really you think you're an adult?
People's kids are like the thing I take the least interest in online.
Thanks.
I've seen enough like 18-month-old birthday esque posts to make me completely desensitized.
Well, see, I don't do that stuff. I don't post.
I know
it.
you don't.
Actually, I try not to post anything about my son. And actually, before we had my son, I said I don't want to post one picture because, like you said, it gets annoying when you see people post about their children.
Right.
Because you don't care. I don't care.
I don't care about your children. Right. You care about your own kids. You care about your own
Right.
kids, and I understand
Exactly.
that. I understand that other people care about their own kids, but you don't care about other people's kids. Why would I care about your kid?
Exactly. Unless it's something in my family. But even sometimes I don't care about those kids either.
Right. I especially don't care about those kids. They bother me. But it's like you have to be around them for certain periods of time. Other people's kids you can just walk away from.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Most of the time, other people's kids annoy the shit out of me, but...
I know, because they're fucking terrible. Awful little shits.
Most of them are, yes. But please, nobody take that the wrong way. Your children, if you have children, they're lovely. I love them all.
I hate your children. Your children suck, and you suck for raising them wrong. I swear to God, I think Louis C.K. said that once. I'm not even sure. That sounds like something he would have said.
I'm sure.
That and Want to Watch Me Jack Off.
That's a different show. What other news we got?
$10,000 on Patreon, and we'll do a shirtless stream.
No, I'm not. There's not enough
Are you
money in
kidding
the
me?
world
Are you kidding me? We could split up like $3,300 like a piece there.
I got a farmer's tan. Tell me the last time I took my shirt off.
You got a farmer's tan? It's March. What were you doing to be outside with your T-shirt on?
My job is outside.
What do you do? Oh yeah, you're a mailman. That's right.
Oh, you're the second person that has broke that out on the show.
Hey. Oh shit. That's right. Oh god, I keep forgetting that. Yeah. The employer probably shouldn't watch the show.
Hey, you know what? I'm letting it out now because because of this coronavirus thing, everything's shut down except for essential.
You're a hero,
businesses.
Wayne.
And I am a hero. And I want people to know. Too. You are too, because you're in the same
I'm a delivery
business.
guy and a grocery store worker, technically. So I'm like a hero squared.
Exactly. So you're bringing the food, I'm bringing the packages because people can't stop ordering from Amazon, even though they lost their jobs. They still got money coming from somewhere.
Speaking of Power Trip, by the way, a bunch of fucking bands have basically just destroyed Trapt on Twitter, and I've been loving this.
Really?
But it was the guitarist of Power Trip that was basically just constantly taunting him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Some things include, I bet my band outdraws yours in your own hometown at Trapt Official. Want to put it to the test? 2 shows, different venues, same night. Loser donates their entire guarantee to a charity of their winner's choosing.
Did they respond to any of this stuff?
Yes. Oh my god, It was great. Oh my god.
Some of the responses.
Let me see. Oh, here's one from a different guy. This is Noah Sebastian that commented on it, but the reply is, "Shut the fuck up, you latte sipping vegan douchebag. Stop playing music this instance. You're a mockery of the craft." Oh, fuck you and you're totally gay, as in happy band. You haven't had any hits. Oh, and Trapt kicks your ass on all streaming platforms, you bitch. Come say any of this to my face.
Oh my god. I know the name Trapt. I don't know what kind of music.
Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I'll take on anyone. That fucking song? Fucking new metal band. They're like a fucking butt rock band.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Oh my god, they're awful, dude. Like, they make Smash Mouth look decent. Seriously. Really? It's like Limp Bizkit meets fucking Nickelback.
Let's see.
It's the most Monster Energy music in existence, is the best way I can put that.
That was the first song that came up. Let's see.
Headstrong is their one hit.
Oh, this
fucking song. This is their only hit.
That's an old-ass song.
That's their only song, yes. Yeah, and they're still
2005. Oh, no.
Right.
Yeah, 2005. Holy shit.
And it's a terrible song. It's an awful song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like... Yeah.
It's crap.
I hate that song.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. You are an absolute horrible
reminds me
singer. Do you understand how many people hear your voice and equate it to nails on a chalkboard? You are fucking horrible. Never seen your live show, but you must do something extra to make up for. Of like 4. He uses the number 4 because this guy's a fucking boomer. Your absolutely horrible voice. This guy's too lazy to type out the word 4.
Well, if it's on Twitter, you only get so many characters, so they gotta try
I
to
suppose,
condense it.
but like, it just annoys me. Like, someone compared, remember when people were comparing the Obama gathering to the Trump gathering?
Right. Yeah,
Someone put Obama gathering versus Trump gathering, but it was Power Trip and Trapt. That's what I'm looking at currently. Let me see if I can flip my camera around. Oh, shit. I had it there for a sec. Like, seriously, they're fucking awful.
So did they accept the challenge?
No, they did not, because they knew they would lose, because they suck. They're like
I'm
the
surprised
Chris
they're still
Barnes
around.
of butt rock.
I did not think they were still around. I just
They
figured
are
that
still
was the
around.
song.
Unfortunately, they are still around.
Interesting. That's like a couple, maybe 2 summers ago. I saw 3 Doors Down. I don't even like them. My wife wanted to go see another band that was playing. They're terrible.
They're awful.
And I didn't even know they were still around. I'm like, how is this possible?
I hate that Kryptonite song.
Yes, it's terrible. Oh God, it was so bad. We left.
It's
after
not
they
even
played that
bad
song.
lyrically. It's just a bad song.
It's a
It's
dumb
like,
song.
It's a
terrible
dumb song. Dumb songs can work if you perform them well, but they're them and Stone Temple Pilots. God, what an awful band.
No, yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots. Oh, what if we made Soundgarden but lame?
Although when they first came out,
I'm not wrong.
No, you're right. But I always thought they were more like maybe like an Aerosmith or like a Led Zeppelin in a way, though.
I always thought they were like a Soundgarden ripoff band.
I don't know, but when they first came out, I did not like them. I hated his voice when he was doing that dark thing, that deep thing that he was doing, and I don't know. I didn't get into them till way later on.
I don't know, as far as like more beyond Nirvana grunge bands go, I like Mudhoney a lot more.
They still around?
Mudhoney's pretty gnarly. Yeah, actually, I was gonna go see him last year, but was broke.
Well, I'd really be interested to see this Power Trip and Trapt thing happen. So let's get this to happen.
Let's get a double headliner.
Where are they from? Where's Power Trip from?
Power Trip's from Texas.
Yeah, that's right. You said it before. Where's Trapt from?
Trapt, where? Let me look it up. I'm gonna expect like New Jersey or some shit.
Maybe. No, they could be.
No, Los Gatos, California.
Really?
Oh, God.
Interesting.
Ugh. All right.
What is the last
news? What were you gonna say?
More sad news? I wonder. When is the last time they put out an album?
I don't fucking know. I don't even care enough to look it up.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Not a band.
Still,
for the show.
just as sad as the day it happened. 6 years ago, Dave Brockie died.
Oh God, I was so freaking upset.
I wasn't into Guar yet.
No? 6 years ago?
I was 15. I got into Guar when I was like 17.
Really? Wow, you were late.
I've only seen Post Brockie Guar live, which Post Brockie Guar is still fucking great live.
Yeah. It was.
Michael Bishop was probably always the most talented vocalist in Guar anyway.
No.
Oh, dude. Planet Pussy?
No. No. Otis is the vocalist for Guar.
No.
I do like.
I'm talking in pure vocal talent, not in Guar, or as in for Guar, as in like just pure vocal talent.
I don't. There's something about Dave Brockie that
Dave Brockie is. I think he's fantastic. I just think in pure vocal talent, Michael Bishop has more. Like, I'm thinking of Planet Pussy, where he's doing these Rob Halford high screams and shit.
Yeah.
Michael Bishop is a very capable vocalist.
They're both good. They're both good.
And nowadays, he sounds like Bon Scott, and I really like it.
Right.
And now that they always cover "If You Want Blood, You Got It" live, and I fucking love that.
Yeah, I like that. That's
cool. Perfect for Guar.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good cover song. But yeah, oh my God, Dave Broccoli. I haven't got a where the hell to go? Oh, it's up there. I bought I bought that book. Remember that big book that came out for Guar?
Oh
They did like a
yeah,
big
yeah, the
history book.
coffee table book.
Yeah, and it came with a autographed lithograph, and I got it. And actually, it
Oh,
has
that's
an
cool.
autograph from Oderus on it too, so that was pretty cool.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
cool as
which
hell.
I don't know if it's really his autograph. Maybe they just put it on there because it's in a different color, like Sharpie. It's like in a red, so I don't know if it's his or
I
not.
don't
Maybe
know.
it is.
I no, that's totally the idea of Dave Rocky to sign it in blood.
Yeah, it could be his then.
Well,
But
that I mean, it would be on purpose that it's in red, is what I'm saying. That's
yeah, yeah,
totally
yeah, I could
the
see
right
that.
side. Because Scumdogs of the Universe,
I
like
could
that, I think of all the Guar blood writing.
Yeah,
Like that's what I
I
thought
was
of.
gonna get it down, but I'll end up tripping over something over here. But it's a really cool poster. I love that
Yeah,
poster.
I wore my
And the book is really cool too.
Scumdogs. Yeah, I wore my Scumdog shirt and gave America Must Be Destroyed a listen because that's the only Guar album I own on DVD on CD.
Yeah. But there's, I've been upset about some deaths in music, and especially bands that I like. You know, Chris Cornell killed me too, but Dave Brockie was like one of the biggest ones for me. You know,
Yeah, it's one that I like posthumously mourn, like Lemmy. Like I wasn't like huge into Motorhead when Lemmy died, but like the more I got into old school shit, the more it just like, fuck, why does he have to be dead?
yeah,
You
well, he
know?
was old too, but with the thing with Dave Brockie is like he's the one that did almost all the interviews. He was the
Right.
one that he had the sense of humor. You know, like as you
Right.
can see now with the band, and when they do interviews, there's
They're
just
not
something
nearly
missing. They're
as
not
good.
funny. They try to
They're-
be, but it's just
They
not the
try.
same.
They still do all the interviews in full costume, which is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that's what I expect of them. I don't expect them to be as funny as Dave Rocky.
No.
I expect them to just show up in costume unless it's like, inside Guar kind of interview.
Yeah.
Like Michael Bishop's TED Talk was fucking great.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You haven't seen that?
No, I'll have to watch
It's
it.
on Guar and how it's like basically indicative of the culture of Richmond, Virginia. It's awesome.
All right, I'll have to watch it. Because that's the one thing I miss now is all David Brockie's things. He was reading a children's book one time, like one of
Good
the last
Night
things
Moon.
before he died.
Good
Yeah.
Night Moon.
Yeah, it was funny shit. But
They-
thank God.
Yeah.
What? Were you
They
saying?
made an actually good version of Carry On My Wayward Son. That's still
Yes.
the
Oh,
only
that
good
was-
version of that song.
They did that really well.
I hate the original version of that song. I love
Really?
the Guar version though.
Really.
Oh my god, the verse is awful in the original version. Like, who the hell puts the acoustic guitar part on the verse? Like, stop. Stop. You
I'm not
put
too
the acoustic
big of a
is for intro and outro.
It's all right. You know what? I didn't really like that song at first. Not the Guar version. The Guar version's awesome, but the original
know.
version, it's grown on me. It's over the years. I guess it's.
I like how that was Postulus Maximus's debut. Was
Yeah.
fucking Carry On My Wayward Son, the fucking video. Which
Oh,
I
they also
love
did,
Postulus Maximus. He's a fucking
also-
great guitar player.
Yeah. They also did a good cover of "School's Out" too.
They did that. They also did Billy Ocean's Get in My Car.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
fucking great.
that was good stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they did come back, and then David,
I'm glad that
Michael,
their shows now are
what's his
offensive as they ever used to be.
name? Right. That stuff did not change. And
Right.
even the music didn't change. I mean, it's a
They
little bit more
dropped it
funky
for a
now,
couple.
but
They dropped the offensive thing for a couple of years after Brocky died. But last time I saw them, they played "Have You Seen Me?" So
yeah.
things are normal again, is what I assume by that. Because they raped two kids on stage orally, and he's like, "That's the worst blowjob I've ever gotten."
That's terrible.
It's
But I'll never forget.
what Dave would have wanted.
I'll never forget first seeing Gorgar on
Oh,
MTV's
Gorgar
Headbangers
is
Ball.
awesome! That's like the most The Room music video I think I've ever seen.
But that came
Let
on
us
MTV.
summon him. Like, oh my
That-
god!
That came on Headbangers Ball. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This is fucking awesome. There's a dinosaur chasing these fucking alien-looking guys, and the music,
Oh, yeah.
it's just awesome music. And I'm like, holy shit. I was hooked right then and there.
That is my second favorite song off that album. Ham
Yeah.
on the Bone is still my
on
favorite
the
song
Bone
from
is
that
awesome,
album.
too.
I love that. It's the best song about jerking off ever written.
I love how that song. When that album, you turn that album on, it just starts right away, and it's not a long song.
Oh yeah,
just,
I love that simple ass tweak on the drum. That bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great short, simple drum intro.
Yeah, it's just all awesome, man. I played that at work not too long ago because one of the clerks, he goes, put on some Guar, because once in a while he'll hit me with some weird bands that he knows, and he knew Guar. He's like, put that on, and of course I put that on. The other guys I work next to, what is this crap? They don't get it. I'm just like,
now you're
please.
on call at the desperate scene at the throbbing ball, and watch you do it all as you become my Jenna-thrall. What a great fucking line.
Awesome shit. And then one time I almost got in trouble because I was drawing in one of my classes in school, and I was writing "America Must Be Destroyed." And
nice.
Somebody told the teacher. So they thought I was going to be a terrorist
in our class.
They thought I was like a terrorist. I'm like, no, this is fucking Guar album, dumbass.
To be fair, some people thought Guar were terrorists.
Yes, I don't know. Oh, that reminds me of another thing I just saw on Twitter earlier, and I posted it on our Facebook page. I don't know if you saw it, but the thing with Ice-T.
Which one?
There's a picture. Ice-T posted a tweet on Twitter. So he posted a picture of his body count, sandals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, finally I can sit home, in quarantine and sit in my body count slippers. So somebody underneath that writes, too soon or something like that, or something like, crap, I wish I could read the damn thing. But it was something like, they didn't know that Ice-T was in a band called Body Count.
Oh my god.
So Ice-T goes, no, that's the name of my band, motherfucker.
Not enough people know Ice-T is in Body Count. Like, people ask me, what does Body Count sound like when I bring it up? I'm like, okay, so take Limp Bizkit, but make it good.
Yeah.
Like,
and
literally,
actually,
Limp Bizkit is just the shitty version of Body Count.
Yeah. Oh, Ice-T writes, I never knew how much I'd be in these until we all got put on house arrest. Get yours at the store. See, so he posted a picture of the slippers right there.
Nice.
And then the person underneath writes, please, this ain't funny or clever. People are dying.
Jesus Christ.
And then he wrote, "It's the name of my group, dumb fuck." I don't know. You would think you would have heard of Body Count.
Absolutely retarded.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but
I love Body Count.
On the playlist, when I had asked some people about the playlist to pick songs, somebody did pick one of the new Body Count songs, and I thought that one was really good.
Oh yeah, I love Body Count because I love Ice-T. I love old school gangster rap.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's the one of the few kinds of rap I like is old school gangster rap because I like anything that's remotely violent.
Yeah.
So it's except for bad grindcore bands, but or slam. Slam sucks. If you're in a slam band and you're not in fucking Cryptopsy or Suffocation, please break up.
What other news we have? We're running over.
Well, another downer. Testament's Chuck Cabilly has coronavirus.
Yes. He has coronavirus.
Bummer.
And so does the drummer from
Death Angel, who's in the ICU, but he's improving.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I'm going to find one that isn't a bummer for us to end on.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Bring us that light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, a great birthday. 41 years ago, Overkill came out.
Oh, like in general?
Motorhead's third album.
Oh,
second album.
But the band Overkill.
Excuse me, second album. No. Second album, Overkill. No, the band Overkill were still the Lubricants at this time.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Motorhead
Overkill. Motorhead's first really, really, really good album, because Motorhead's first album is kind of... It's good, but it's not not Motorhead quite yet.
Yeah. They didn't get into their groove yet.
This is where Lemmy's bass style became Lemmy's bass style, and now Motorhead is a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool stuff. All right, so what are we leading ourselves into now, Nate? What are we doing now?
Stay tuned for another new segment, which we call Top 666.
That's right.
Second episode. Top albums we hate from bands we love.
That's right. That'll be That'll be in a few weeks because we're going to go through 6 albums. So we're going to start with number 6 today, right? And the next week we're going to do number 5. That's how we're doing it.
What?
Yeah.
You're releasing these 1 week at a time?
1 week at a time.
Oh my god, we're never gonna get through any of these fucking lists. It's gonna be like 2025. It's gonna be like 2025, and we'll finally get through our favorite albums of top 666 of 1990.
That was the plan. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know, because this has already went on for 50 minutes. So.
Okay. Also, there's a mashup of fucking James Brown and Motorhead called Superkill, and it's fucking great. You need to check it out.
I'll check it out. Those are really pretty funny. Sometimes they're pretty funny. Usually they are. Some cool stuff. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, enjoy number 6 on the countdown of our
number 6
top 666 favorite albums of 1980.
Yes, we are that edgy.
Yes, we are. Nobody ever in the world or in the history of podcasting or YouTubing has ever done a top 666 list.
Did you Google that and actually figure that out?
No, I'm just assuming that.
I haven't ever seen one, so I'd assume it. But
we are the first ones.
Suck it, fistful of jokes.
That's right. Screw you. All right. Here we go. Number 6.
Number 6. I completely forgot my list. Wait, we have to do this when Greg gets here, though.
No, we don't.
Greg made his list.
Yeah.
He gets a chance.
No, what are you talking about? We're done with the show.
We're done with the show.
And I'm going to edit the other stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot what I picked for number 6 is the problem.
I don't know. But enjoy number 6. All right, so how we want to do this? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go last? Who doesn't want to go at all? Who wants to just go to
we were going to start off by talking about the albums we all shared together.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're going to start backwards, number 6, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
All right, perfect. I picked Def Leppard, On Through the Night. Their debut full-length album. I like this album. It's not like the other Def Leppard albums, and it took me a long time to get into this when I was a child. I was a huge Def Leppard fan, like 1987, back when Hysteria came out. That's all I ever listened to. And I never even knew about this On Through the Night album until I saw it. There it is, right there.
Yep.
Awesome album.
Badass cover.
It is awesome. What's on the back of it? I do have that record too.
Gives a whole new meaning to space trucking.
Picture of them playing live. Let me take it out of the sleeve.
Yeah, it's
less glare.
So cool.
Yeah, it's just a great cover in general.
Yeah. It's cool, and they don't really have many album covers like that. I'm not too much of a fan of their other album artwork.
Nah, Pyromania is okay, but the rest of them are kind of dumb.
Pretty shitty looking.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I had to go. I usually work my way backwards. I was at Hysteria, then I got Photograph, then I got High and Dry, and then I never even knew about this album, On Through the Night. And then I happened to see it, a little cassette tape in a music store I went to, and it was expensive at the time because it was an import, and my mother wouldn't buy it for me, and I had to beg and beg to get it. So, Tom Hanks' wife has coronavirus, by the way.
Oof. She's got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Too bad Michael Clark Duncan's dead. He cured his other wife from cancer.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen The Green Mile? Come on, man.
Yes, I did, but I don't. It's a long time ago.
I was afraid of the dark. Wayne's like the white version of him, but like small.
So Wayne is Sling Blade, is what you're saying. French fried potatoes.
That's not nice at all. You guys are terrible. Anyway.
He's like that weird ass looking kid from Deliverance, but you know.
You can be replaced very easily.
Wow.
Very
Yeah, I don't think you look anything like that kid, but
I hope not.
It's all squinty.
There's people asking and begging to be on the show. They will take your place in a heartbeat. You want to do this? You want to do this now?
What is this, a McDonald's?
Anyway, can I finish
Sir,
my story?
This is a McDonald's drive-through.
yes,
finish my
finish your story.
The first try of this thing that we tried to do went way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted my mother to buy this album, and she wouldn't buy it for me because it was expensive. But I finally talked her into it, and I listened to it, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this? There's no way this is Def Leppard," because Joe Elliott sounded nothing like Joe Elliott. Even the drums didn't sound the same. Well, he had two arms, so of course not. But the Pete Willis was also the guitarist back then, so it was just a different guitar duo. It was just a totally different Def Leppard to me. But the album did grow on me a lot, and even though it's a different sounding Def Leppard, it's still cool. It's got Rock Brigade it opens up with, and Satellite, and Sorrow is a Woman. It Don't Matter. That's a cool
It Don't
one.
Matter is great. When the Walls Come Tumbling Down.
When the Walls Come Tumbling Down. That's an awesome song. It's such a like an epic song. Overture. It's like the epic on this album, but just so cool. There really isn't any bad songs. It Could Be You. I mean, that one's a little. It's cool. I like it. The chorus just repeats a little too much, but
I love It Could Be You. The only one I I feel is a little weak is Hello America, but I still like that song. Yeah. That one just pushes a little too hard to be commercial. It's very, very clear what their intent was, and it's almost a little annoying in its delivery, but it works well within the context of the record. But if you were going to skip a track, it'd probably be that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the one I really don't like the most. Answer to the Master is really cool too. I actually could just kind of seen that one on High and Dry, maybe, because it sounds a little similar to something that would have been off of there. But it's a cool album. Different sounding Def Leppard, but it's cool. It's something you have to, if you were like back in like in '87 when I found Def Leppard.
I mean, see, you always say that, and it is a different type of Def Leppard, but you can still tell it's Joe Elliott. I mean, there's elements of the sound where you can still tell it's Def Leppard.
A little bit. He uses his voice in a different way on this.
Yes, in a much better way. This is my favorite album they did. It's just great.
Yeah. I know you have said that. What's the matter, Nate? You all right?
Dry skin. Fucking itchy.
A little lotion.
Yeah.
Some powder. Hey, maybe your girlfriend, Sam, could help you with that.
She didn't live in Boston. That'd probably help.
Yeah, that would help. We'll see what we can do, all right?
What?
We'll see what we can do. But yeah, the reason why I say it sounds different because like when I got into Def Leppard, it was all the electronic drum sound, and it was just, it had that big arena sound, and don't say because that was like my childhood, all right? All I cared about. And then, going to this, and then it had the real drums, real guitars, real, instrument sounds and stuff like that. It was just different to me, Totally.
Well, yeah, this is like real heavy metal, music. Actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't say that around Joe Elliott, though, because Joe Elliott will refuse to be called heavy metal. They were never heavy metal.
Yeah, well, they were part of the movement, whether he wants to be or not. So
it is true. It is the stupidest thing I've ever heard him say. One of the stupidest things, anyway.
I don't want to be part of the best genre of music ever.
Yeah,
Leave me out of it.
Very stupid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were definitely one of the most distinctly hard rock bands out of all of them, but they were still heavy metal, regardless of what they want to say.
Even more than like Demon.
Oh, dude, they're On Through the Night and High and Dry are way heavier than Demon's albums. Those guys are terrible.
Really?
Yeah. If only a better band got to claim the band name Demon. It's kind of a travesty.
I gotta listen to them now. I know who they are. I've seen the name.
Dude, they're bad. And then when Montaz split off from Venom and made his first solo band, he did it in the same vein, and it's just terrible.
Oh boy.
Terrible.
Nice.
It's like a Mystery Science Theater heavy metal band. It's just, oh god. Something you'd listen to and make fun of.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing Hank Sherman did when he went and did Fate.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, not good. All right. Who wants to go next?
I have to bring up the list in the other.
So I'll go next.
I'm going to time this here.
Back in
Did I
Black.
close out?
Back in Black is my number 6 pick.
10:30 edit.
Excellent.
I thought you would be ready. You know, like on a normal show when I cut to you and you jump right into
You thought I'd be ready?
Well, Greg, one of you.
Oh.
Well, I didn't really see.
I got ready while you
opened
guys
up
were talking about how
Wikipedia to
that's
bring
up there.
open on through the night, just so I could say something more about the production or whatever, which we ended up not doing anyway. But I accidentally closed the Facebook window that had the list in it, and I had it typed up on my phone, so I can't see it.
Can't use it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into the albums because then we'll just drag completely.
Yeah,
Like
no, I get
My
that,
wife
yeah.
texted me and I didn't mean to like repeat what she wrote text me, but it just popped in my head, so I had to say it.
Yeah. Anyway, next album.
Tom Hanks and his wife, not just his wife, both of them.
Oh, shit. I like Tom Hanks.
So do I.
Fuck.
Wow. And Trump suspended travel from all of Europe to the U.S., with the exception of England. So you're free to come here if you're from England.
Of course, doesn't do China.
Hail to England.
See, Kyle.
That's Germany.
English is a Germanic-based language.
Different country, though.
Speaking
Nobody
of
wants to be
English,
fascist.
we're going
Just
over to
let it go.
Australia to go over to Back in Black by AC/DC, which is my number 6 pick. How is that for a transition?
Great transition. Blah, 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 blah.
That was like an Indiana Jones map of a transition there.
I don't know if I should edit that other part out, though.
Yeah, cut the Nazi shit.
Start that over.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your number 6 pick?
Back in Black for the 12th time.
Holy
I'm
shit.
saying.
Back in Black. Yes, I love Back in Black. I mean, you have to love Back in Black.
It's
I know there's
fucking
people that hate AC/DC.
classic. Those
Oh,
people are
Back in
fucking
Black's
wrong.
just a great album all around. I mean, it's not my favorite AC/DC record, but it's definitely one of their best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially since it's a Bon Scott album at heart anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, they still had the fire then, too. They didn't start
Right.
slowing down and dicking around with their sound too much yet at that point.
Right.
What's your favorite stuff off this album?
Oh, I mean, where do you even fucking start?
Shoot the Thrill.
Hell's Bells
Yes.
is great.
Yeah, Hell's
title
Bells
track is
is-
great. Shoot the Thrill is also great. Probably Brian Johnson's best vocal performance, if I'm going to be honest.
This whole album is his best vocal performance.
Oh,
really.
definitely.
Right.
Shake a Leg is great. Or
You
no,
ever
wait.
shake a leg?
Yeah,
You
that's
shake
the
a leg
song
from
I'm
time to
thinking of.
time?
Yeah, Have a Drink on Me is good. My favorite, though, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Good song.
Just
Classic
great
song.
fucking song.
Always on the radio. Everybody knows that song. Even if you hate it, you still know it.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
played
how
at
anyone can
weddings,
hate that
for
song.
Christ's sake.
I
They
know,
do.
right?
I don't think I had any AC/DC at my wedding, though. I don't think they did that. But it's weird. Like, you'll hear them like doing a dance song, and then they all of a sudden come in with like the Back in Black songs. It's weird. It's like, where does that come from? But I can hear it because of the beat, you know. So it just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, it kind of works with it. It's festive.
Yeah. But yeah, Back in Black is just
It's good drinking music is what it is.
That
Yes.
I don't drink, but I was watching. I remember an old episode of Headbangers Ball, and they were talking about this album, and they were saying how most people, like when they first buy their first album, like a first record or CD, whatever, it's usually Back in Black because that's the album, that everybody pretty much loved,
And then Metallica's
Right.
Black Album.
Yeah,
I
if
would
you
say
were
even
born
later.
in that period of time, yes. After that, or around that time, but before
I'm just
Metallica's
I
Black
how,
Album.
I like how there's a bunch of just popular albums that are just all black covers. It's interesting.
Yes. Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
This one.
What was that?
Metallica
Smell the
one.
Glove. Yeah.
Yeah. What other black albums were there? I don't know.
Motorhead's first album.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just Snaggletooth on the front of it. AC/DC's Rock or Bust was also like that.
Kind of.
I'm
Yeah.
just looking around. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot. We should look that up. Black album covers. That'll be a new segment on the show starting next month.
No, it won't.
Sure.
Greg, what's your number 6?
Isaac Hayes over
Alice Cooper's Flush the Fashion.
Oh, we're back to that again.
Yes.
Change your list again, I see.
Yes, I did.
Very
Because it's a great record and it should be talked about. Little bit different from Alice. This is the start of what everybody calls his new wave years. It's kind of new wave. It's kind of punky. It's post-punk a
I
little
hate
bit.
that picture of him on the back.
here. Me too.
He looks like he's dying of AIDS.
It's because he was smoking freebase
Oh, I
pretty
know.
much 24/7. I mean, he looks pretty good if you take that into account.
Right, yeah. But, yeah.
He looks
But he-
wrong with like.
But there's some
Yeah,
really good
yeah.
songs
Yeah.
on it, though.
There are. Talk and...
The Clones cover that everybody
Clones is
knows,
awesome.
but Talk is a great song. Nuclear Infected's a fun one. Grim Facts is a good heavy song. Model Citizen is probably one of the best songs he's done, actually. I really like that song. It's got a good beat, cool chorus. And Talk's actually probably one of his best album openers, too.
Yeah, it is. Really cool album. Just I like the sound of it. It's kind of like clean sounding, not too it definitely doesn't sound anything like the 70s stuff. It's completely
No.
different than that.
It's clean but dissonant, kind of almost like Alice with a rockier version of Gary Newman's a two boy.
Right, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah. Something like electronic almost in a way.
Yeah, a little bit, but he retained a little bit more of the punk element with it, with the still having the 3-piece band back him up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't a really huge Alice Cooper fan back in the day when I finally started going through all his discography. And I was glad to get to that one because I always remembered the Smashing Pumpkins did a cover of Clones. So that made me want to check this out even more.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's a pretty good cover, but I liked it. Well, this isn't the original; it's a cover, but I like the Alice version the best.
I didn't know that at the time. I don't even think I've ever heard the original version.
I don't think I ever have either.
Who does the original version?
I don't remember now. Some krautrock dude.
I'll have to look that up. That would have been interesting to put on the show. Sorry, we can't do everything.
My point isn't for them to go listen to the original version of that song anyway. It's to listen to an underrated Alice Cooper album.
His version is probably the best one anyway.
Yeah,
I think so anyway. I don't like the album cover either on that. One of my least favorite ones of his.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just like
it
words
is what
on
it
a wall.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's nothing special. Just looks like a bathroom wall somebody wrote on with marker.
Yeah. No imagination whatsoever.
I do like how the top of it says Alice Cooper 80, like they were retitling everything in 1980. For example, that year they called Saturday Night Live 80.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
They did that with
there's
2000
other
too.
bands and stuff where if you look at their titles or the name of the tour, all of them have 80 there. Like people were so stoked about it being 1980. It's interesting. Wow. Yeah, 2000 as well. I remember that Y2K.
I remember that.
Yeah, the Y2K thing.
Like Fantasia 2000, everything had 2000 at the end of it.
Techno Team 2000. Wrestling fans will recognize that one. That's terrible.
Don't remember that one, but
yeah, they were bad. They didn't last very long.
But yeah, go get yourself a copy of Alice Cooper's Flush the Fashion. I'm sure you can listen to it on Spotify for free.
Oh, of course you can. You can listen to anything on Spotify for free. Number 5 for me, Judas Priest, British Steel. What do you think about that?
That was in my list at number 3.
Really?
So I'll talk about that with you.
All right,
Just let me pull up the track list here.
Honorable mention for me, but I do like
honorable mention. How many? You have a better album than that in your list?
Yeah, I actually like both the Blue Oyster Cult and the Alice Cooper album I picked over this one. Plus, you guys both picked it already, so I figured why repeat as well.
Yeah. But so many classics on this album. Breaking the
Law. Living After Midnight.
Fire. Living After Midnight.
Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is great.
Rapid Fire is awesome. Metal Gods.
Fucking love that.
Can you sing some of it for us?
I don't remember the lyrics.
Oh. What else we got here? Grinder. Yeah, like the first half of the album. The first 6 songs. I mean, they're pretty, except for United. That's it.
Yeah. I mean,
good stuff there.
It's a little weaker than what they had just done in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is more
commercial. And it's not as great as what would, what was to come. They were still kind of figuring out the change, but it's still a really good record. It
is. When I first started getting the Priest, and I got to this one, because this one was the one that everybody always raved about besides Screaming for Vengeance. I was anticipating listening to this album, and when I first heard it, I was like, this is not as good as I hoped it was going to be. But over the years, it grew on me. But like I said before, it's got those classics, Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight.
Mm-hmm. I'm
more partial to Rapid Fire and Grinder myself.
Oh yeah.
Actually, You Don't Have to Be Old to Be Wise is a good one too.
Yeah, it's a decent one. Yeah, forgot about that one. It's not too bad. But United, I'm not.
United, I can't stand. They did the anthem better on Killing Machine, Hellbent for Leather with Take on the World, and then they do it better again later on too. So
not a big.
I just had this on there for just how much Judas Priest exploded with this album into pure popularity.
Oh yeah,
because it got more
up there. It's not my favorite out of these 6, but it's like, it's important enough to move it up a couple of knocks in my list.
Yeah, and then you got that iconic album cover artwork.
Oh yeah,
the cover art's awesome.
I always agree with what the band said about this. Rob, KK, Glenn, they all agreed that they wanted the version specifically without the fingers bleeding because they thought it made it look so much more powerful. And I've seen it both ways, and it does. This just makes such a statement with them with that hand holding the edge of the blade and not bleeding.
Yeah, I think the blood would make it look like a totally different band altogether, I think.
Yeah, Judas Priest is cleaner than having blood on the cover like that.
Yeah, it's not real spread or real smear. It's a couple drops coming off the fingers,
Priest
but it doesn't
Venom,
look good like that.
The blood coming off. Or Exciter or something like that. But not Priest.
Probably.
Yeah, that doesn't work for Priest. Nate, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was Iron Maiden, self-titled.
Wow, you listed this that late, huh? Damn.
Yeah, Prowler's good, but the wah pedal gets on my nerves at some point. It's like, yes, I get it.
Fucking show off
Eddie's first appearance.
Oh yeah, album covers legendary. I love the album cover, even though it's not as good as Killer's album cover.
No, but
Oh no, not by a long shot.
but that's just awesome. Just Eddie, just itself.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
like completely baked out of his mind.
Yeah.
He's not overly menacing. He just kind of looks.
No, not
stoned.
yet.
Yo,
He's
that is some crack,
He looks like
dude.
me at
Let's
line.
not pretend that's weed.
Bro, he looks like me in line
He's-
at Holiday.
Come to Eddie's $30,000 crack party.
Remember Tomorrow's all right. Running Free is fantastic.
I
Phantom of the
love
Opera.
Remember Tomorrow. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera is my favorite song off this album.
Oh yeah.
Transylvania is great. Strange World is okay. Wait, Strange World's the really slow ballad one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
hate that song. Sanctuary is alright. Charlotte the
Sanctuary.
Harlot is good. And Iron Maiden is a good song.
I didn't realize Charlotte the Harlot. I think it's Charlotte the Harlot, right? That is
Yep.
the first part of what the hell is the name of that song?
22 Acacia Avenue.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I just lost it in my head. But yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then it ends with Hooks and You on No Prayer for the Dying.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I
shitty song.
barely ever listened
Yeah,
to that
it's a
album.
terrible song.
That
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, this is one of my favorite Maiden albums, though. One of my favorite albums of all time. That's why I put it at number 2 for me. But the only song I really don't like on this all that much is Strange World, and Charlotte the Harlot can be a little annoying sometimes. Depends on the mood I'm in.
yeah.
But I love Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, Sanctuary, the title track, all classic songs from them. My only complaint about this is they were a little bit slow here.
Slow.
Guitar
Really?
duo.
Yeah.
Guitar
Yeah,
duo.
it's mostly because of Dennis Stratton. His playing style just really didn't fit them the best. He was good for what he was, but like my favorite version of a couple of these songs
Yeah.
is from the Made in Japan EP. You know, they like Remember Tomorrow just sounds so much better with Adrian Smith on guitar and
Yeah.
them playing it live.
Because he's just so much tighter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't make any of it unlistenable. It doesn't make any of it bad. It's just, it's a little bit slower than
Yeah.
other Maiden albums would be.
Well, that and the Adrian Smith's solo
But
is a lot better,
yeah.
too.
The gritty edge makes up for it, though.
Oh,
That
yeah.
album's got a lot of attitude.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just awesome. That's actually my number 1 pick, by the way. That was my number 1.
Good
Actually,
choice.
It was a good choice. And we talked about the AC/DC earlier. That was my number 2 pick. So you already ruined 2 of my stories. The only song I don't like off of that one is Sanctuary.
Really? You
yeah,
like Strange World, though, huh?
Yeah, I think I do. If I'm remembering that one right.
That's the
Stra-
one where it's real slower and ballady, and he's like singing about walking through a portal and
yeah.
berries drinking plasma wine.
Is that one? If it's that one I'm thinking about. What's the slow one on Killers? Is there a slow
Prodigal Son. Oh, help me, Lamia.
Oh, Prodigal
I might be
Son's
getting-
awesome.
I might be getting it
That's a
confused
good
with
song.
that. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
love Prodigal Son.
Sanctuary I don't like because every time I've seen Made It Live, they've played that song and I don't like it. I hate to stop in the middle of that song and then they do the thing again. I don't like it.
It can't sound bad with Tiano. I gotta disagree.
It's terrible.
With you there, but
And
I hate Strange
I hate the
World.
beginning. I hate the beginning of it too. Just that I don't know. The song does not work for me.
I barely remember Sanctuary. It's more of a footnote for me in this album.
out of the winter came a war horse of steel. I never killed a woman before, but I know how it feels. How do you not remember that? It's fucking awesome. You got to give me Sanctuary from the Law.
Because I'm
And I'll be
remembering
all
Phantom
right.
of the Opera
Fair
on
enough.
Transylvania.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Transylvania is like one of the
fucking
best
banger.
instrumentals ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard
yeah.
this record probably over 100 times, so
Yeah.
you know, I I've got it pretty much memorized. I got it down, man.
It's fine. That one song I really cannot remember. I should listen to it before.
You know, Strange World's really the only one I don't remember the majority of. I just remember certain small parts of it because I would always kind of fade out on that one.
Right. Yeah. It is what it is, We like most of the album anyway, so what the hell is just one song,
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's still a solid 9.
Yeah, of course.
It's just one song. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That it is. Greg, you're number 5.
Oh yes. One that I knew nobody else would pick, so I wasn't worried about where I placed it.
Oh, good.
The mighty,
what is it?
the incredible Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, yes. That has one good song on it.
Erectus. I disagree there, but I will say this is kind of a weird album.
It is.
I can tell.
They had parted ways with Sandy Pearlman after they did Spectres, and they did Mirrors on their own, and even though that was a little bit lighter, poppier of a record, went more towards the Cars in tone, I still think it came out really well. But on this, they kind of attempt to do a little bit of a mix of everything and go back to their rock roots, and they actually got Martin Birch to produce this, who also produced Heaven and Hell and put the tour together, the Black and Blue tour they did this year.
That album cover always reminds me of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
With the dinosaurs. Remember the scenes?
Yes. Oh my god. That movie is fucking freaky.
It's actually called Behemoth's World. I forget who
Pee-wee's
drew
Great
it.
Adventure is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for kids.
Yes.
And then
It
they
is.
did
It's
fake
fucking-
fossils and stuff on the back.
Yeah, such a weird album cover. I mean, the album cover's cool. The stuff on the back that's weird.
Oh yeah. I love most of this record, although this does have a couple of songs where it was the first time on a BOC album where I was like, wow, I actually really don't care for those. I kind of find those skip worthy. But the Marshall Plan and Hungry Boys I never was really crazy about.
Right.
Yeah. Black Blade is a true classic though, about Elric's sword from the Michael Moorcock stories. Stormbringer. Always really liked Monsters. The saxophone in the middle seems to piss people off, but I thought it was kind of funny how they did it and put it together like that. And then Deadline's just a good Buck Dharma song. Fallen Angels a little strange, but I think it comes off pretty well. And Lips in the Hills is one of the best guitar jams they ever did.
I hate the title of that song. Lips.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
tough
dumb
shit
song
because
title.
it's an awesome song. And then it closes with Unknown Tongue, which is an awesome song.
Unknown Tongue sounds like what I did to your mother last night, Trebek.
Wow. No, it's a little bit more Lovecraftian than that, but they called
seen
it
enough
Thinking
hentai
Man's
to know where
Heavy Metal
that's
for a
going.
reason.
It's funny. I never saw that album cover like really anywhere when I started getting into BOC, and I came across that I think in a used store or something, and I said, "Oh, this must be like a compilation or something," because I never saw it, and I listened to it. I didn't like it.
You know, the biggest song off of it is probably the Marshall Plan, the one track that was clearly done for the radio. And by the way, it's talking about Marshall amplifiers, not the economic plan from World War II for rebuilding Europe. But no, because they did a lot of lyrics and shit revolving around World War II. That's what the whole Secret Treaties album is kind of based on. But
Hold the album cover up again. Hold the album cover up again. Just a sec. Just do it.
Hold the album cover up again. He wants to see it again.
Oh.
Why? What's so funny?
He's got peanut butter stuck to the roof of his mouth.
Actually, it's meant to be a gigantic filter feeding type creature.
Oh, okay. He's like a cartoon bubble gum, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm really into sci-fi shit like that. NBA.
I like the album cover. The album cover is
It's cool.
But
fucking
anyway, it's kind of a weird album it's kind of, I wouldn't say it sucks. It's a pretty good record. It's just, it's a little weird for them, and some of the material is definitely not as strong as what they had done before. And Birch's production is a little off on certain songs, too. I don't think he quite captured the complete aura of the band, but he got it perfect on the next one, Fire of the Unknown Origin. So.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Imaginos 2 is a weird one. What would you prefer, that one or Imaginos?
Between Imaginos and Cultosaurus?
Yeah. Because that one's a real weird one, too.
I'd probably have to take Cultosaurus just because it works better as a whole. No. I mean, I do like Imaginos, but Imaginos suffers from the fact that the sessions that the tapes are sourced from are spaced over so many different years. There's so many different guest guitarists on it that just certain songs have such a different tone, they don't even sound like Blue Oyster Cult in a couple areas. Right. I really do like the album. It's very interesting for what it is, but it's definitely not one I would start with. It's definitely for if you're a heavy fan of the band.
Yeah. What would, if somebody was a fan or just getting into BOC, what album would you suggest they buy?
Fire of the Unknown Origin would be my recommendation. I fucking love that album.
Yeah, I love that album too.
Better Than the Psychic Wars is fucking awesome. Yeah.
I'd probably say buy Secret Treaties first.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go with a classic and go with Agents of Fortune as well.
You could. Not really any bad songs on there either.
No, there isn't. I think Secret Treaties is a stronger record.
Oh, yeah. Some people just like to start with the hits.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing about every Blue Oyster Cult record leading up to Cultosaurus Erectus. There literally isn't a bad song on any of them.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. My number 4, Thin Lizzy, Chinatown.
I have that one as well.
You do? On vinyl?
Yes.
Really?
I actually have a promo copy of it.
No shit.
With the lyric sheet.
Wow. I only have a few other vinyls. I have all the stuff on CD. I actually bought the deluxe versions. They're pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, a couple of them are. Yeah, white label promo. Pretty.
It's a good album.
I had, or I probably still have it, but it doesn't fit me anymore. I have that T-shirt that says Chinatown.
Nice.
Yeah. I was wearing it around at a fair one time, and this old guy comes up to me. He's like, "There's no way you know who Thin Lizzy is." I said, "I know who Thin Lizzy is." He's like, "There's no way. How old are you?" And I was like, probably 30-something at the time. He's like, "How do you know Thin Lizzy?"
Crap. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the Blue Oyster Cult album. There's one song on there that is just such a perfect biting commentary send up on Reagan. It's called Divine Wind. It's about a hot mic comment he made during the Iran hostage situation in 81. And the whole song is basically just about how much Reagan sucks and how it's going to, an evil conglomerate's going to take over the country. But the chorus is, it keeps quoting what Reagan said about Iran during that. Well, if they really think we're the devil, then let's send them to hell. Oh, yeah. He wanted to bomb Iran.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Not a good idea, really.
But anyway, back to Thin Lizzy.
Hey, funny enough, the first song on there, which is a really good one, We Will Be Strong.
Oh, dude, one of the best songs Phil ever wrote. I mean, there's some weak material on this. He was starting to suffer a little bit, but that's just classic Thin Lizzy right there. That's really, I think, one of the best songs they ever recorded. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Actually, too, when I was looking up albums from 1980, Phil also released his solo album the same year.
Yep.
Yeah. And I would have picked it, but there's not so many. There's some good songs on there, but it's not as good as Thin Lizzy. You got Chinatown. Killer on the Loose is pretty cool. Genocide's cool. There's there's so many cool songs.
Hey You's
Sweetheart's pretty cool.
awesome.
Hey You's
Hey
good.
You's awesome. Sweetheart, I think, is great as well. Sugar Blues
Having a good time. I mean, it's telling you they're having a good time, and then while you're listening to it, you have a good time as well.
I mean, having a good time is a definite filler track. You know, it's
Of
nothing
course.
that's going to make you shut it off, but it's like, yeah, they can do better than this.
They can do, but you know what? It's catchy. It's cool. It's a good song. Not like we just said before. It's not their best album ever, but it is a cool album from 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the artwork for the album cover with the dragon things going on in there, and it's just cool. It sounds good too. It's a really good sounding album as well. Very good vocal performances. Everybody's with the guitars and the drums, everything. It's just a really good album.
Actually, honestly, as much as I do like it, his vocal performance is one of the things I kind of find a little uneven about it. There's certain songs like Hey You, We Will Be Strong, Sweetheart, where he just sounds awesome and at the top of his game like he did on the whole Bad Reputation album. But then there's stuff like Having a Good Time and Sugar Blues where he just sounds, by the numbers. Yeah. He doesn't sound into it.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe he wasn't into those songs, I don't even know
Speaking of Bad Reputation, that would be another honorable mention for 1980.
Bad Reputation came out in 1977. Oh, Joan Jett. Oh, well. I tell you, the one I didn't pick that I felt worst about having to leave off was the Plasmatics' New Hope for the Wretched.
Oh, shit, yeah.
But speaking about Phil's voice, after this album, his voice really changed. It got really deep and dark and just
you could
didn't sound like him anymore.
Yeah. You could really tell when he started to get on the drugs heavy after this. You can really tell the heroin started around the time of Renegade because there is a huge difference between how he sounds.
Yeah. Very, just like his voice got deeper and it almost sounded a little nasalier. Like you knew he was doing something. You could just tell something was up. Which is a shame because if this guy was still alive today, I wonder if he would still be putting out the same quality music as he did. Around this time.
I think so. Well, I mean, I don't think it would sound exactly the same, but I think he would. I think he'd still be putting quality stuff out.
I would hope so, because he had so much more to give, and it's just a shame that his life ended the way it did. Nate, you're number 4.
Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables by Dead Kennedys.
Nice album.
I know Greg doesn't like Dead Kennedys because of Jello's vocals. To that I say, listen to the live shows. His vocals are completely different live.
I never listened to anything live. That's interesting. I'll have to give it a shot.
His vocals are less live. He's more of a consistent punk vocalist live.
Yeah. He's got the strangest vocals ever.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It works with the music, though. I did too, but then I all of a sudden listened to it.
Check it out live. Live is completely different. And it's great, because I fucking love the surf elements in this. It's gnarly.
We'll see. California. But if my favorite thing about the Dead Kennedys continues to be Napalm Death's cover of Nazi Punk's Fuck Off, I'm totally fine with that.
I mean, proto-hardcore punk, fucking surf punk, classic songs, Kill the Poor, Let's Lynch the Landlord, Chemical Warfare, California Uber Alice, I Kill Children, Stealing People's Mail, Holiday in Cambodia, and Viva Las Vegas, which is a fucking great cover.
The Holiday in Cambodia.
I love Las Rocket's cover of it.
Yeah, Las Rocket's awesome.
Nate, have you ever watched The Three Amigos?
Yes, like once.
Jello was in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Singing Tree.
Yeah.
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 That was funny.
It's fucking cool.
It was cool.
I'm not a huge fan of Jello as a human being. He seems kind of like pretentious. He's a pretentious.
He's a little bit all over the place.
Oh, he's a PETA member. We'll just say that because I feel like PETA member is the worst possible insult you could receive, besides perhaps me crop, maybe.
Simmons.
So, Yeah, Gene said, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
That's like the penultimate douchebag.
Yeah,
Like
you
if
just
Lemmy
went
is
right
God,
for the throat.
if Lemmy is God, Gene Simmons is the devil. He is the anti-Lem.
But he's a good businessman. He's very rich.
No, he's not. Paul Stanley does all the business shit.
I don't know. Doesn't
Gene's
matter who did it.
fucking,
They're both
Gene's a
rich
fucking
forever.
moocher.
It is what it is. Don't be
Have
jealous.
to get your next penny.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Watch
Even
it.
if he doesn't
I don't
make
want
a
to do
porno
any
for
editing.
it.
I don't want to edit anything. Be careful.
Let's just say he's
I know
very
he's Jewish.
sneaky.
Hey! I don't want to edit. I don't want to hear it.
That's why I didn't say shekels.
All I said was sneaky.
God damn it, Kyle.
Dead Kenny. You really should give the Dead Kennys more of a chance, Greg.
Yeah, listen to their live stuff from the 70s.
I do,
and
damn
80s,
near
and it's
every
fucking
time
great.
this comes up, and it still just irritates the piss out of me.
I like
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
I haven't tried any of the live stuff yet,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. But
Especially this album. It's a good album. I like it.
It's like, what's another vocalist that's like completely different live than on the album?
I've never heard anybody different live than they've been on the album.
Really?
The only one, I guess maybe it could be a little different because he does so many different voices. Mike Patton from Faith No
Yeah.
More. He does a lot of different
well, you know who has better vocals altogether is Blue Oyster Cult, because all five
Peter
members
Steele.
can sing and they do different songs.
It's kind
To
of like
match
Peter Steele.
each other's
Like, Peter
talents.
Steele is a lot less dramatic live. He's a lot less like
Yeah,
melodramatic,
that's true.
and he
Yeah.
plays faster.
He doesn't
Jello's
play
sort of
anything
like
before he's
that.
dead.
Well, you know what I mean.
I saw his last show, by the way.
Fucking what?
Yeah,
Nice.
Lucky.
it was like a day or two after I saw the show. He was dead. I was like, I killed him.
God damn
And
it, Wayne.
I
I'll
was
never
at
get to see Carnivore.
It was cool too. I was right at the front of the stage, so I got to see like everything right there.
The Green
That's
Man
so cool.
himself. I
Yeah.
fucking admire Peter Steele. I love that guy.
That was cool shit.
Very
Greg.
cool.
Number
Yes.
4.
Motorhead, the Ace of Spades.
My number one pick.
Good album. Not my favorite album from them.
Not my favorite from them, but it's a fucking perfect
Fast
album.
Eddie. I love Fast Eddie, and something with him on it had to be on this list. So
There is not really one bad song on this album.
no, there isn't.
I remember when I got into Motorhead.
There's a couple of them on here. For example, Live to Win. You know, Fast and Loose isn't as strong as some. Well, actually, I really like
Fast and Loose is
Me
awesome.
too.
What are you talking about?
No.
Oh yeah,
no,
the
no.
riff on that is awesome.
Love Me Like a Reptile.
I love that song too. Every song's
Dance.
fucking great.
I'm not really nuts about.
Oh,
It. Anyway,
I love
I
Dance.
happen to like Bomber and Overkill way more
Yeah.
than I like this. It's
Bomber
still a
is
really
about
good
as
record,
good.
though. It's certainly better than Iron Fist, and it's definitely one of the best albums that came out in '80. It's
The
just
Chase is better than
the Catch is
Fucking love that song.
quite possibly could be my favorite Motorhead song of
The
all time.
Silver Tongue Devil Demon Wench. I love that fucking line.
Are you guys sick?
Ah.
Are you guys sick of hearing Ace of Spades?
No.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I still love that song. I think it's still awesome.
I
song.
never hear it on the radio. The only time I ever hear it is when I want to play the album.
Yeah. It's just. It's a
Oh,
good song.
perhaps you didn't grow up playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, because let me
I
tell
grew
you,
up
they
playing
played that
Tony
song
I
Hawk's
never
a
Pro
played
lot.
Skater 3.
Yeah,
I never played that.
but
I played 3.
no, I still like it. It's a great song. I'll skip it, if I listen to it on CD.
Right. I can get that. I think this album's fucking 10 out of 10 perfect.
Yeah, it is a good.
The hammer is great. The bonus tracks are fucking great. On my version of it, it's got fucking 999, or what is it, Emergency, or is it 999, the fucking song? Anyway, that, and it's got the cover of Please Don't Touch with Girl School, which is a fucking splendid cover.
Oh, they put the St. Valentine's Day Massacre EP on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a fucking great EP.
Yeah, it's good
Yes,
shit.
it is.
I'm still not that I'm new still to Motorhead, but maybe 10 years I've been listening to Motorhead, and when I finally gave this album a listen, I just didn't realize how good every song was. You know?
Yeah.
I always thought it
Yeah,
was just Ace
I
of
mean,
Spades,
you
and
know,
it's just
We Are the Road Crew. Well, Bite the Bullet's just kind of an intro to The Chase is Better Than the Catch.
Oh, yeah.
But still a great song. The Hammer. I mean,
and the album cover too, another iconic album cover.
oh yeah.
And sadly,
that's my only problem
everybody.
with that. I kind of wish it had Snaggletooth on the front.
I like that album cover.
Nah, this fits the theme of it way better. The three
I
of
like-
them as desperados.
I like what Scott Ian had to say about it at Lenny's funeral. He's like, I looked at the cover and I was like, who the hell are these three Mexicans on the front? Because he's got a giant fucking mustache.
yeah.
He looks Mexican on it.
It does. They do look Mexican. Sadly, everybody on that album cover is now dead,
Oh,
Yeah.
shame.
which sucks.
Filthy's my favorite Motorhead drummer.
Yeah, he's good.
God, I never
Fucking
got to
love
see
Filthy.
Eddie Clark play live, man.
I never got to see Motorhead. So
I
count
did.
yourself as lucky, Mr.
I
Guy.
saw
You met,
Motorhead a few times.
you met Lenny, you motherfucker.
I know I did, but
You did?
Eddie Clark is more important to me, and I never got to meet him, so...
There's nobody more
Clark.
important to me in rock stardom than Lemmy, I have to say. I think he's the penultimate.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
How'd you get to meet Lemmy?
It was after a show, just at the bar, just hanging out, talking to him. Cool guy. Yeah. No, and I mentioned to him that how awesome I thought he was. And I was like, hey, man, it's real cool. You know, you just sat down and bullshitting, having a drink. And he goes, yeah, it's a bitch to meet your heroes and find out they're a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, he always seemed like a cool guy.
He was, man. Yeah.
Thankfully,
He's the coolest man to walk the
back over there.
planet.
One of the last albums they put out, I think it was "This World Belongs to You" or whatever it was called.
Mhm.
On their website, they had a special where you can buy the album, the vinyl, and they had it all signed and autographed by the whole band, and I got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's one of my awesome, one of my favorite things in my collection.
And Motorhead is a band with not a bad album.
I wouldn't go there. They'd
There
have
isn't a bad Motorhead
clunkers.
album.
I would
Like,
still would
bad by normal standards.
I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough. That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah,
That's going to take a lot of explanation and what specifically my problem is with certain things.
yeah.
Like, there's one problem, but it doesn't. The album isn't overall ruined. You know? Like, Orgasmatron has its problems, but it's still a good album. Iron Fist has its problems, but it's still got some
Oh,
fucking
Iron
great
Fist
songs
is
on it.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anything up to Another Perfect Day is completely untouchable. You know, you don't mess with those.
First
records.
album has its problems.
We'll have to seriously get into Motorhead one day. Like do
Oh,
a
yeah.
Motorhead show. You know, I think that'd be a cool idea.
And Fastway.
Okay.
Oh, we will talk about more Fastway.
God. What was that song? Bringing the Roar. All right, that was number 6.
I'm gonna kill myself, Wayne. You
Come
need
back
to
next-
stop.
Come back next week, and we will do number 5. This is the end of the show, Nate. I have to end the show like
God.
this because we didn't do it last week. when
You're
we
just
put this show
making more
together.
work for yourself.
I am. This is terrible. But please go and visit our website, ratsaladreview.com. Please, I beg you, buy a
Oh,
T-shirt.
that's right. My number 6 was the new Green Day album because I fucking hated it.
We're not doing that list. What do you?
I know.
That's next month. What else do we have to do? Please subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean. Yes, and please buy a T-shirt. I beg of you. And go check out our other shows. Lou Mavs, Music is Life, Beyond Bushido. Do you like wrestling? Go watch that show. Every Tuesday,
Suck My
they do a live
Balls.
show. Suck My Balls. It's the South Park show. Who else we got? Oh, the conspiracy guy. Infinite Fringe. Yes, the Infinite Fringe. Actually, he's more of a truther than
a subsidiary of InfoWars.
Yes. Who else do we have? Oh, we have The Right Opinion with Harrison Bergeron. Listen to
Also
that.
a subsidiary of InfoWars.
Yeah, I guess.
So is this show, by the way.
Yeah, a little bit. We don't do that stuff, though. Old Man Metal's Musings. Check that out. He just did a new episode about some beer that he just got. And the Vieira Vault. The Vieira Vault. Check that out. He just did one of our ideas, which I don't know how we're going to let him get away with that, but he just did his top 10 least favorite albums by his favorite bands.
Is that where you got the idea? Or
No,
got the idea?
No, we did it first, and then all of a sudden he put up the episode. I'm like, you bastard.
See, this is why we can't put these out 1 week at a time.
I know.
See, you gotta air it like once a week in like 2 halves.
All right, maybe I'll do the first 3, like 6, 5, and 4. I'll do that. How about that?
Right. And then 3, 2, and 1 and have it out like on Tuesday and Thursday or something. I don't know.
Okay, we'll do it that way then. All right, so...
Because we have the news on Wednesday.
That's true. All right, so then and I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back next time. I'm not even going to say next week anymore because God knows whatever is going to happen with this virus. We might never come back here.
God, we might be locked in the house and not be able to do the podcast.
Yes, you never know. They could shut the internet down. You never know. You don't know what these people are going to do.
They might flip the switch on the internet. Google's got a giant light switch.
Trump has his finger on that switch right now. People are going insane right now.
You can't put your finger on the internet switch. The internet switch is like a 20-foot tall light switch. Last time I checked.
No, it's just
you
one
need
button.
A crane to just pull it down.
No, it's a
button. It can't be that not dramatic to turn the internet off. Come on.
There's a button for the internet, and there's a button for the end the whole world.
No, there's for the internet. There's got to be some kind of Frankenstein series of gadgets.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to look this up. We'll do a show about that too. All right. Until then, see ya. You should shave your armpits. It's disgusting.
Oh God, what am I, Italian? I'll get the coronavirus.
Don't say that. I have a lot of friends in Italy.
That's because you're fucking part of the mob. You're from New York. Got a lot of friends in Italy.
I'm ending this show. Bye.
I'm gonna send someone from the motherland to take care of the problem.
If you ever see any bags of cement by the front of your house, don't be scared.
I'm gonna wake up with the fucking horse's head in my bed.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
What?